This is a cautionary tale about index universal life policies. While I think they're amazing, it's very easy to get one that is not designed properly. One of the things that you can do as someone that is looking in to get one is to be very clear and very specific of what it is that you're trying to do with this and just pick one thing. The reason being, it is possible to do multiple things with an index universal life policy. However, if you're trying to do multiple things, it's going to not work out well. Perfect example, I had someone that reached out that had a policy that was built out by somebody else, not by me. They had it for a couple of years. She was putting in $1,000 every month and she was in her 40s. $1,000 a month for a 40-year-old is a great budget, and that is plenty to have a good amount of cash growth. Even though she had this policy for a couple of years, she did not have any cash that she could access at all. If you've had your policy for a couple of years and you still have $0 available to you in your cash bucket, that's an indicator that this is not built out to maximize your cash growing. It doesn't mean that it's a bad policy. And by the way, it's pretty easy for you to check to see an illustration to see if more money is going towards cash or not. I have a checklist of a few ways that you as an individual can check to see if your policy is built out to maximize your cash growing. Go ahead and comment checklist and I'll get that to you. Now, the reason why I say it's not necessarily a bad policy is that it was built out based on what was communicated, right? One of the things that I always share is that you want your policy to do one specific thing and not to do multiple things. This is an example of why I say that. So what she had told the person that designed it for her is that she wanted to be able to pull cash out for real estate, but she also wanted the policies to be able to have enough of a payout where if she passed away, there was enough money to pay out her rental properties. And so what that means is this policy was over $1 million for her family to be able to pay off her properties when she passes away. What that also means is because there's so much money that's going towards the cost of insurance, not as much of that $1,000 is actually going towards the cash because there's so much of that going towards paying for the life insurance. Now, I didn't build out this policy, so I don't know what the conversation looked like, but I would have asked the client to be clear on what the main goal for the policy is, right? Because then we can build it out for that. If the main goal is for you to have a big payout in the event that you pass away, and you also want to have money available in there to take out, an IUL is not the place to do that if your budget is only $1,000 and you're in your 40s, because that $1 million policy is going to cost you a good amount of money, which means that your $1,000 doesn't go very far. Versus me putting $1,000 towards an IUL and your insurance is, maybe 500K, 400K, even 200K, then more of your money is going towards the cash growing. And then you can also take a smaller portion and open a term policy that's going to be a lot cheaper, where you can get a few million for not a lot of money. And that way you have one thing that is there for your large payout and another thing that is there that is primarily for your cash growth. It's kind of like if you're trying to start a business, right? It's really hard to start one business. So if you're trying to braid hair, then also sell cars, then also pet sit, then also open a McDonald's, that's way too many things to do at the same time. Whereas if you just focused on one business and put all your energy into that, you have a better chance of being successful in that one business. Similarly, your IUL is capable of doing multiple things in that one policy, but in order for you to have a design that's perfect for what you're trying to accomplish, you want to have one main goal so that those other use cases that you have are additional benefits, but they're not dragging your policy down. In this video, I walk you through a few questions that you want to ask yourself before you even talk to any agent or any broker about an IUL. That's going to put you in a better position so that when you are getting an IUL designed, you are crystal clear, there is one goal, and we are not losing any money. We don't want that. I will see you there.